All right, so 3.2 is problem solving and business application using system of equations. Learning objective. Solve problem using system of equations. 2. Use functions model to model revenue, cost, and perform a break-even analysis. You have some words here, vocabulary. You need to search for their meaning on the internet or the book. Investment, invested, revenue, cost, profit, lost. What's mean investment? And invested. Okay, what's revenue?
Revenue from my profit.
And cost? Profit? Lost? Okay. In English. All right, so let's move to the first quick review. Okay, we'll take a quick review and then we'll go one by one later. Okay, so you invested $14,000 in two funds, paying 7% and 9% interest. Total year end interest was $1,180. How much was invested at each rate? So, do you understand what is said here, or you don't understand? How much money you have?
14.
You put it in the bank, and the bank, you distribute this amount into two different funds. You know what I mean funds? Like CD. Okay, so you put in two CD. One CD give you 7%, the other one give you 9%. At the end of the year, how much money did you make interest? 1,080. He wants to know how much did you invest in 7% and how much did you invest in 9%. So let X be the amount invested at 7%. Let Y be the amount invested for 9%. Okay. Do you know how much money you invested in 7%? You don't know. X plus how much invested in 9%? You don't know. Y. Both of them, when you invested here plus here, the total how much?
14,000.
That's true. Okay. Now, regarding the interest, how much interest did you make by the end of the year?
1,100.
So you multiply the interest time the amount that you invested in that interest, which is 0.07% X, plus the interest for the second type times the amount that you invested. So it's 0.09 times Y. And that's equal what? 1,180. That's what you made by the end of the year. Now, how many equations you have? Two equations. You play with the two equations to get either X or you get Y. So you can, for example, you can multiply the first one by 0.07 X, and then you add them, and then you find how much is Y. Or you can use the substitution. I can say X equal what? 14,000 minus what? Y. And then I will replace X by how much? 14,000 in the second equation, plus 0.09 Y equal how much? 1,180. Now I have to do what's here?
Distribute.
I have to distribute. When you distribute, you get a value, and then at the end, you find how much is Y. And at the end, you get how much Y? $10,000. So you invested in the first one in the 9%. How much you invested? $10,000. Okay. Now, how much total do you invested? How much total? 14,000. So how much you invested in the other one? And the
one that
second,
9% interest, I invested 10,000.
right, and the 7% interest, how much you invested?
4,000.
4,000, because the total is 14,000. Is that clear? It's just a summary. I'll go step by step later, okay? Another example here, he said a company that manufacture lamps has a fixed cost. You know what it means, folks? Fixed cost?
That no easy.
Yes.
Cost.
Cost of $80,000, and it costs how much? $20 to produce. So one lamp,
Cost $20.
$20, but the fixed cost how much? 80. So the cost, the total cost will be what? 80 plus 20 times X, because you don't know how many lamps you are producing. Is that clear? So that's your first equation. Equation number 1. Now the revenue. How much do you sell each lamp? $70. So the revenue is going to equal what? 70 times how many lamps you are selling? 70x. So that's equation number 2. Good. Now he said find the break-even point. What's the break-even point? Is, let's say for example I have a graph like this. Here the cost line is like this. The revenue line is going to be like this. So where they meet in one point. This point is called what? Break even. That's when both of them are equal. So this is equal to that. So that's what's going to happen here. Look, he put them equal to each other. The revenue equal to the cost. And then he solved for what? Solve for X. And how much is X? 1,000 what? 600. If you get X, you can find how much is Y. That's it. Easy as easy. Yes? Now I'm just giving you like a summary. Now we're going to go step by step. Do not worry. Be happy. Here I have what? I need someone to read. Ryan, please read 1A.
One week, computer stores sold a total of 36 computers and external hard drives. The revenue from these sales was $27,710. If computers sold for $1,180 per unit and hard drives for $125 per unit, how many of each did the store sell?
Do you understand or no? Who can explain it in plain English?
يسوى واحد باع 36 كمبيوتر and external hard drives. هو كسب 27,000. لو الكمبيوتر باع استغفر الله.
So the revenue, what's mean revenue?
Revenue profit
No, revenue means what?
means income.
Income, yes. The income was how much? 27,000. If he sold how many computers
1,180.
and how many hard drive?
We don't know how.
Now, I'm sorry. He sold yeah. He sold. Yes, he sold for the price. You know, the computer price is 1,180. Okay, sorry. And the hard disk is how much it costs? 120. He sold it for that, right? 125. Now he needs to look for how many numbers of computer, how many numbers of external hard disk he sold. So you're gonna let X be the number of computer, let Y be the number of external hard disk. Therefore, you're gonna say X plus Y. How many computers, how many hard disks did he sold?
36.
36. It's written there. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
All right. So he sold 36 units. Now, what about the price? Each unit, the computer, how much it cost? How much he sold it for?
80.
1,180. And how much he sold the hard disk for?
125.
125. So it's going to be 1,180x
125
plus 125y
Equals
equal how much?
27.
The total revenue. That's the total revenue. Okay. So I have two equations, equation 1, equation 2. Now, which method should I use, substitution or elimination?
Substitution.
Substitution.
We should move y to another side.
So let's move y to the other side, so you get 36 minus
Y.
y. That's equation number
1.
3. Now replace equation 3 in equation 2. So you get 1,180, and then you open brackets like this, plus 125y equal 27,710. Now, how much is x here, mister? How much is x here, mister?
36 minus y.
36 minus y. Now you multiply 1,180 times 36. Use the calculator, please.
Uh, 42,480.
42,480.
Yes, 480.
And so this is your second step. Now I need to combine like terms. Which one I combine like terms? The y together, right? Where is the y together? This one
This one.
and this one, right? And then I move this constant to the
21,000.
left side. So I move it here, right? So if you move it here, it's going to be positive or negative? Negative 42,480. Now, how much you get? Tell me.
1,025.
1,000? 1,035. Why? Positive or negative?
55.
55. Equal how much? Subtract.
Minus 14,770.
14,770. Okay. What should I do next?
Divide.
Yalla, tell me how much.
0.
14. So how many hard disk did you how many hard disk you sold?
Okay.
You sold 14.
We should find this.
So that's 36 minus 14.
So if you sold 14, how many computers you sold?
22.
You're gonna use the equation number 1, which is x plus y. X plus y equal how many? 36, right? So x plus 14 equal 36. So x equal what? 36 minus 14. That's give you what? 22. So in this case, how many computers you sold?
22.
That's it. Easy as easy. Any questions? So your answer, you can put it into parentheses. It's going to be what?
14.
22 and 14. Easy?
Doctor, please call up the question. So if it asks me how much each of them sold, I would multiply 14 times 125,000, right?
If he asks you how many you sold,
I mean,
then you have to follow those steps. There are long steps you have to follow. It's not one step, it's a long process. And if you don't understand it, maybe you want me to repeat it again, or it's okay.
No, this one is clear, but if it asks me how much for each one of them, meaning how much revenue I get from hardwares and how much revenue I get from computers.
بس لو ما حطوا السعر يعني حق الكمبيوتر لو جاني سؤال انه طلع السعر حقه كيف يتصرف يعني هذا قصدي.
Yeah, almost same way, but you have to be careful with the numbers, that's all. Okay? Let's move to the next one. I need someone to read.